If you're watching this video and women are ghosting you, okay, on your Tinder profile, Hinge or Bumble, you do not have them reply back to your messages. You do not have like any matches or just a few, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You are going on maybe 1 or 2 dates per month or every 2 months or every 3 months. If you are in this kind of situation, listen very carefully to this video because I'm going to share with you 5 bulletproof techniques that are going to skyrocket your results with Tinder, Hinge or Bumble. Number 1 is the kind of photos that you are using on your online profile. Do not post selfies. Avoid selfies at all costs. Why? Because selfies are just like stop communicating to women that you are lonely, okay? That you are alone, you don't have anyone else to take photos of you. So this is something super bad, especially when she can see your arm in the photos. So avoid selfies, okay? Then avoid also photos that you take with your phone, okay? Usually you don't have like the best quality, you have a bad lighting as well. So this is why I highly recommend you to either hire a professional photographer, or you can just, if you have already a good camera, you can just ask a friend to take photos of you. You will have like top quality photos, and try to go like outside, okay? Do not make a shooting session inside in a studio where you're trying to, okay, like you are trying to pose like you are a model. Okay, I'm not a model. You are not a model, I guess, if you're watching this video. So this is super important that when the person or the professional photographer is taking photos of you, it's super important that he's like, you are doing things, okay? You are like doing some moves, okay? You are like this way, you are walking, you are like watching on the left, on the right, and this person is just shooting. Okay, this is super important because you will be able to get great natural photos, okay, great authentic photos this way. Number 2 is your facial expression and your body language. So this is super important, especially if you are not used to, hire a professional photographer or to do a shooting session. You are maybe gonna have this kind of thought. You are maybe thinking that, like, this is uncomfortable, I'm not beautiful, I suck, why do I have to do this, to have success, to have more matches and more results with my online profile. But this is the crucial part. Like, if you are thinking this way, it will show through your facial expression and your body language that you are having this kind of thoughts in your mind. So this is super important that instead of thinking this, you can just thinking that, okay, like, I know that this is the first time for me, maybe I'm not used to that, but I'm at least on the right path, okay? So I'm at least on the right path. I know that I don't look like a model, but I'm doing the best, and I know that it's going to work, okay? Or you can just maybe like put a song. If you have a speaker with you, you can just use a song, or you can just put like listening some music before you are starting your shooting session. But this is crucial. This is super important that you are in a good mood when you will do your shooting session. Because women will see in your facial expression, your body language, they will see that, okay, you seem to be someone who is comfortable with himself, who looks good, who, remember, you don't need to be a good-looking guy, but you need to look good, okay? Not only with your clothing style, but also with your body language and with your facial expression. So if you are having a good time while someone is taking photos of you, it will show through and communicate that you are comfortable and that you are like a fun person. Number 3 is your clothing style. So this is important as well. You don't need to go to expensive like shops, okay? You don't need to have I don't know, like Dolce & Gabbana or Ford or Tommy Hilfiger or this kind of like super brands, okay? You don't need to wear that, okay? You can just go to Zara, it's enough, but it's important to have like a decent clothing style, okay? And if you don't know which kind of, shirts, t-shirts, pants that you can use, you can get some inspiration by going on Instagram, for example. You can just use the hashtag male fashion, male models, and obviously me and you, okay, we are not models, but you can get some inspiration about their own like clothing style, okay, which blazer they are using, which shirts they are using, with which belts they are using, which accessories like, watch or wristband or something like that, okay? So, because women are like spending a lot of times and a lot of energy and efforts into shopping, okay, into making themselves the hottest that they can be. So they need, like, you need to have a decent clothing style because when you are like going to meet a woman, okay, a high quality woman, and she's going to introducing you to her friends, she wants to introduce a guy, obviously, that have like a decent, normal clothing style, okay? So this is super important. Think about it. If you don't have any inspiration, you can go on Instagram, or you can just have like some female friends. If you don't know how to make female friends, you go on Tinder and you are just going for a coffee with a woman, and you just told to her that, hey, you know, for me, like, I don't like feel any like romance connection, but we can still be friends, you know, you are fun. And then after, once she's your friend, you can just send photos of you with different clothes, okay? And you can just simply ask her, okay? Ask her opinion on what does she think, okay? Number 4 is have a killer bio, okay? I'm gonna give you 2 examples in just a minute, but you cannot simply put your IG in your like on your Tinder profile, Hinge or Bumble. It's the same, okay? Like you cannot just put your Instagram as a bio like many women do, or you cannot just copy and paste bios that you saw maybe on Reddit or on the internet. No, you need to do better than that, and I'm going to share with you 2 examples. Your bio has to stand out, okay? You can use topics like food, travels, you can use also power words, and I'm gonna give you like an example so you can understand what I say, what I mean by that. You can even like throw some hooks, okay, in your bio. So this way you are giving the opportunity to girls to sending you the first message. So one example you can use is this one. For example, you can write that, okay, you are a great chef. If I could cook you the tastiest carbonara and make you feel like you are in Italy, which one would you take? Okay, so in this bio, what I'm using, okay, the main topic is about food and drinks, and girls love these kind of topics. And also, like, as you can see, I'm using a power words, okay, like the tastiest carbonara, not like some good pasta or some pasta, the tastiest carbonara, okay, this is important. And as you can see at the end of this bio, I'm just throwing a hook, okay, I'm like, which one would you take? This is important because like you can have some women who are just gonna send you as a first message like, okay, I'm going to bring this type of one, okay, I'm going to bring a red one, a white one, like, oh my god, you know how to cook? This is so rare for men, how to cook like good food, okay? So this is a first example. I'm gonna give you right now the second example. If you like nature, you can just write, running in the park or riding my bike in the countryside are 2 things that I love. Now taking applications for nature and sports lover. What we are doing right now in this example, we are using the topic of nature. If you like nature and if you want to meet and attract women who are into nature like you, and also I'm throwing a hook, okay, in this bio. Now taking applications for nature and sports lover. So women can just say that, oh, I'm still taking application, hahaha, you know, with a smiley, okay, they can like enter into your frame of this role play where you are the one interviewing them, okay, they are good enough for you to take them out for a date, for example. And the last point is about your text game, okay? You cannot seduce a woman logically, all right? Women are more emotional, so stop writing things like, hey, what's up? Hey, what do you do for a living? Do you have siblings? What do you do for this weekend? This kind of boring topics. Instead, choose topics like travels, food, new experiences, okay? Man-woman relationship. And last topic, which is the most powerful, is her, okay? Like, people love talking about themselves, and especially women. So how do you make a woman talking about her? Obviously, you are not saying to her like, hey, so could you please talk to like about you? Could you tell me more about you? No, you are not asking her this way. So how do you do that? For example, she told you that she enjoys salsa or she enjoys going to the gym or like, you know, any kind of activities. You are going to ask her, what do you enjoy the most about salsa in this example, okay? How do you feel when you are dancing, okay? Those 2 questions are super powerful, okay? And they are way more better than just like, okay, you like salsa, cool. I don't like salsa, I don't like dancing, or yeah, I like dancing. And then after you don't know what to say, okay? Remember about those 2 questions, keep this in mind. What do you enjoy the most about X, Y, Z? Or how do you feel when you are doing X, Y, Z? And keep in mind also that when you are asking questions, do not ask too many questions, okay? Not more than 2 at the same time. What you can do if you want to getting to know her better, but you don't want to use a question, you start making assumptions instead. You can just say to her like, oh, you look like someone who enjoys small life's pleasure, going to a terrace, to restaurants. You look friendly. You seem to be someone who enjoys nature. You look like someone who loves traveling, okay? Make assumptions instead. This is way more powerful than just keeping asking questions after questions after questions. You are going to give her a far more better experience overall if you are using power words, if you are choosing the right topics to talk about with her, and also if you are making assumptions instead of just asking questions. And don't forget also to share with you your experiences, your stories, share something, okay? Do not just make the whole conversation about her. If she's telling you that, okay, she enjoys doing salsa, you are asking, okay, so how do you feel when you are dancing? And she's telling you, oh, I feel free, I feel like, I don't know, X, Y, Z. You can just write after that, okay, I've never danced salsa, okay, but I'm curious to try. I've been doing salsa for 1 month. I'm not into dance, I prefer going to the gym. This is how I feel free, this is how I feel good, okay? Share things with her as well. And if you have learned something new in this video, don't forget to subscribe because I'm going to share with you a lot of things, a lot of tips and tricks this way, a lot of concepts that are actually working if you want to have more success with women in general or more success with women using dating apps.